guys, welcome back. If you don't know, my name's Brittany, and if you're new to my channel, definitely make sure to subscribe. So this summer I have a ton of investigations planned and a lot planned. So this is not my permanent backdrop. Things have been absolutely insane. So still a lot to get done, but I guess that's what comes with having a new house, a new old house. Our neighbor actually let us borrow this, and I've only read a little bit so far, but there were certain things that I wanted to share with you guys with it. So this one I thought would be interesting for us to read together. But it's crazy because she let us borrow it and she didn't know that I was into werewolves and mythology, and there's a werewolf thing in here and ghosts and just a bunch of history. So let's see. So the other cool thing is that this is all about the Adirondacks. And it's the Adirondack Tales of Tragedy and Tidings Between the Sacandaga River Bridges. So my parents' camp was in the Adirondacks, and it's stuff from around where I'm from. And I think that that's just amazing. So, it says, little did we know that when our parents warned us to stay out of the Benson woods, or Georgia the ghost would get us, they did not tell us of a possible greater danger, the Benson Werewolf. It is a story oft times repeated in Adirondack logging country. A handsome young French-Canadian lumberjack would come to town, seeking employment in the woods. The newcomer charms the local, marriage-age girls, and soon some hearts are broken or a wedding takes place. Now, real quick, if you guys haven't seen my werewolf video, definitely go and check that out because there's a lot of lore about werewolves, far more than I could have ever imagined. So definitely make sure to go watch that. Anyways, no one knows where in Canada he came from, but it was not long before he became part of the Benson community. After some courting of several local girls, he settled on the young daughter of a longtime family. Her natural beauty and charm got his affection, and he soon swept her off her feet. She in turn fell head over heels in love with a handsome stranger. Next came the talk of marriage, which they did. One of the pastimes the newly married couples enjoyed was taking a walk in the Benson woods and partaking of a tasty picnic lunch. The happy bride packed the food in a large picnic basket, complete with a white tablecloth to spread on the forest floor. Some 2 weeks into the marriage, the outing turned into a real unpleasant picnic for the young, unsuspecting bride. Strange tales of werewolves roaming the Benson woods had sometimes trickled into the remote Adirondacks. The stories came with the arrival of the French-Canadian lumberjacks. Accounts of werewolf encounters in the mountains circulated among the woodland workers, who called the animals loup-garou. They told of them coming out at midnight when the moon was full. Believers insisted that they were men who turned into werewolves, with their nails becoming claws, their faces becoming snouts, and their hair turning to fur. They then became furious, running on all fours in the deep woods and throughout the rural cemeteries. The lumberjacks had learned to cope with their fears of werewolves, striking them with a heavy key or throwing a bucket of water on a werewolf would bring him back out of the spell. A silver bullet or pricking him 3 times with a needle would kill the werewolf. If that did not work, the lumberjacks found that they were safe on the third step of any stairway, and especially safe on a church stairway. I wonder why the third step. The newly married Benson couple began their walk in the woods and picnic with joy, little suspecting that they might encounter some mysterious danger in the woods they loved. They found a peaceful woodland grotto and spread their tablecloth for lunch, happy to be together on a sunny day in the Adirondack forest. The husband was struck with a wave of melancholy, changed his happy expression to one of anger, and announced, "I am going for a walk in the woods." With that, he lifted his young bride up on a tree branch and told her to stay there. "There might be some wild dogs loose in the woods," he explained. The puzzled and somewhat frightened wife clung to the tree branch, not knowing what was ensuing. Suddenly looking down, the answer came to her in the form of a fierce, hairy werewolf. She screamed for her husband to no avail. Her teeth chattered and her body shook. The hair on the back of her neck stiffened up and her stomach churned in fear. The werewolf quickly turned from his fruitless efforts to reach the now terrified wife and turned his attention to the luncheon spread. He scattered the food and, snatching the white tablecloth in his teeth, he tore it to shreds before dashing off to the deep surrounding woods. When the husband returned, he appeared tired and exhausted. He helped his now relieved wife out of the tree and laid down for a nap. To her horror, while watching her husband sleep, she noticed his mouth dropping open, revealing white pieces of the tablecloth caught between his teeth. Later reports of the werewolf encounter in Benson told of the mysterious death of the newly married bride and the strange disappearance of the lumberjack husband, never to be heard from again. I wonder, do the werewolves still roam the Benson woodlands? Listen for them at midnight on the moonlit nights. That's really sad. So then it goes, lycanthropy legend. Have you ever suffered from acute lycanthropy? Probably not. But there was a time in history when lycanthropy, the tendency to become a werewolf, was prevalent. From 1520 to 1630, there were 30,000 werewolf trials in France alone. That is a lot. What caused this mental disorder, where one imagined oneself to be a wolf? It appears that the power to transform oneself to a wolf was part folklore and part reality. Hypertrichosis, the disease causing excessive growth of hair, became known as the werewolf syndrome, which I do touch base more on the werewolf syndrome in my werewolf video. In France, it was found to be caused by eating homemade bad bread. On a wet, humid summer, the growing wheat developed a fungus or mold that contributed to excessive hair growth and contorted features in those who ate the bread made from that wheat, thus leading to the sightings of werewolf-like creatures. So what do you guys think of that werewolf story? That is an actual werewolf legend, and quite a sad one. The fact that he tried so hard to protect his wife. I think when he realized, he must have realized it was like a full moon or something, but in the end, he was her demise. Unless he planned it all along. That would be really twisted. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. I mean, it's supposed to be a true story, and I think it's quite interesting. But I would love to hear your guys' opinions and comments. If you like this video, definitely give it a big thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, it would mean so much to me if you guys could hit that subscribe button down below and make sure to turn that bell on for me. Thank you guys again. I love you so much, and until next time, bye.